What's up, real? What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Sunday live stream. So, I don't know if a lot of people are going to come in here or not. This is going to be a different live stream than what I normally have on my channel. But I have said that live streams every Sunday, so I'm trying to stick to that. Animal lover number one, welcome to the chat. But the reason that I didn't make it last Sunday is because we took my son to see Santa, and then we ended up getting home at like 11 o'clock, so we had to go to Walmart and get some stuff. But the reason that I normally do my live streams on Sundays is because that's the only day that I have off. We have that day guaranteed off every single week, and that's because we went to a new work schedule. And we've actually been slow at work. Well, we're starting to pick back up at work, and now they're wanting us to work Sundays. So I got to go to work here in a little bit. Oh, well, today's Saturday. Huh. Wow. Well, we're doing a day early. Yeah, that's what happens when you work so many days in a row. We may jump on tomorrow, too. Too bad I can't edit that part out, huh? But anyways, we got a few minutes here, and on the days that I work, I'm just gonna kind of take you guys through my normal routine on days that I have to work, and that's just like my feedings. Yeah, I definitely thought it was Sunday. Yeah, and yeah, we're gonna run with it. Just forget I said that. So, up here is where I keep all my foods. We got this from my aquarium box. Small fish formula. And I love to use this for my guppies. Yeah, man. Literally, in this rotation that I'm working right now, I have to work 9 straight 12-hour days from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. And I'm on day like 4, so we still have 5 to go. And I'm already in the state where I don't even know what day it is. So we're just going to go ahead and go with this. I'm not going to end the stream or anything. And the sad part is that I wanted to keep a schedule on Sunday. So, sorry about that, guys. This is going to be hard one-handed. But we just get some. I like to feed pellets and flakes kind of as my staple food, and then do live and frozen on the side. So I actually just went through a round of live baby brine a couple days ago, so they won't get it for a few more days. Yeah, man, it's rough, but I mean, our schedule right now is we work 3, off 1, work 3, and then we're off 7, but we end up getting forced for overtime and stuff like that. And then they wanted us to work Sunday, and Sunday is that day off in between our 3 days in a row. So now that we're working that day, it ended up being 7, and then I'll work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I ended up getting forced to take overtime on Thursday. So 8, then I'll have a day off, and then I work 3 more in a row after that. So I get a couple days off, but get them going. We try to get some down here to the Panda quarries. And Look how big this little baby panda Corey has gotten. That's the one I showed you guys that hatched in my tank. He is doing absolutely amazing. Like, I literally won't see him for like 12 days at a time, and then I'll come back and he'll just be pop up out of nowhere. You at the mill? Not sure what that means. I work at a drywall factory. I'm actually a relief supervisor, and our supervisor's out on vacation. So I'm the supervisor this whole week. So it's not too bad, but it's still, when you get that many days in a row, you kind of get blurred up. And then what I like to feed these guys is the Aquarium Co-op omnivore pellets. And I actually mixed in a couple of my aquarium box's foods that were around the same size. That way we just get a bigger variety. Oh yeah. Yeah, she said they work the steel mill like that. Like where I live, we actually have around 7 or 8 plants, like all in one strip. We have a steel plant, a couple chemical plants, a Dow plant, and then our drywall plant, electrical facilities, Kentucky Utilities, couple different places like that. So, and they all work the same schedule. So I never wanted to get into factory work, but after I graduated college, my brother got me on there, and the money's good. I mean, it's above average on minimum wage, so for the money and the work, it's really not a bad job. Look, glare from hell. There's the baby panda. He's awesome. Yeah, the omnivore pellet is a floating pellet. I use that for my angels mostly, because everything that drops, these dwarf neons tear it up. And don't mind this, I can't find my razor blade at the moment, but this is basically a saltwater deposit from when I fed my baby brine shrimp. Like, I clean it off with regular tap water, so I get all the salt and stuff off of it. But at the end, I ended up just dumping the rest because there wasn't that much. I just ended up dumping it in, and one dripped down the front of the glass, and that's what it left. So it's kind of rough. You guys haven't seen these fish. It's actually in the thumbnail. But these are the Epistogramma cockatootie triple reds. There's the female. And I did have them in the 38 gallon, which is what I told you guys I was going to put them in. But my heater was like all jacked up and I couldn't get it to level out. So I had to unplug it, and the tank got down to like 70 degrees. So I pulled them out and put them in there. Not sure if I'm going to move them back yet or not. I ended up getting a new heater, and the tank is currently running like 76, so I think I might end up switching them back over. And then I use this a lot as well for my guppies. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I got this out of a My Aquarium box. It's a pellet and flake grinder. And this is some new guppies that I still have to come out with a video. They're blue pandas. You basically just take this button and you can see how small that gets grinded up, and that's good for fry too. You can actually have fry in this tank. And I actually went ahead and did the pea gravel in these two tanks as well. Sorry about the shakiness, I just about fell down. But you can put any pellet or any flake that you want in this thing, and it'll get it all smashed up like that with just a click of a button. And it's really good for guppy fry, endler fry. You can see the colors on this new endler right here. That's a male that I've grown out. He looks really good. Let's see if I can set you down. This tank needs cleaned pretty bad, but I'm kind of doing it just trying to do a couple tanks on this rack, or one tank at a time on these days that I gotta work. I got all kinds of pingu fry in here. Down here at the bottom, if you can see them. Yeah, they're just they're throwing left and right. So my green phantom is doing absolutely amazing. Hawaiian peacock's in the house. I haven't seen you in my streams for a while, buddy. It's probably because I do them late at night, but I'm glad you can make it. Sickly King Aquatics, Crystal Shack Aquatics. I actually just subscribed to her, I think yesterday. And if you guys haven't heard of her, definitely go check her out. Do you gravel vac every time you water change? No, not every time. Especially on my 29, I never gravel vac that. I'll gravel vac these just because there's no bottom feeders in here to clean them up. I'll usually do just like a little section every time, I guess, so I don't do the whole tank. If I see a really dirty spot, I will. Like right here, I'll probably grab that next time. And then we've got these calls that I wouldn't call them calls because they're the best looking calls. And usually calls are the ones that have like defects and stuff, or ones that you don't want to continue your line with. But these are the ones from basically the first couple rounds of breeding in my guppy project. And they have really nice looking tails and finish. So, and in here, this female was getting completely hounded because of how many males there were in there, and she was the only female. So I ended up pulling one of those males out and putting them in here. So hopefully we can get some good looking offspring from them. And then you guys are gonna hate me, but pretty much all of my tiger endlers are gone. When I got them in, I watched them for a couple days. I lost a couple, and then I started dosing meds, and they started dropping like flies. I have no idea what happened. Water parameters were perfect. Everything was perfect. Just seemed like they were sick, and whenever I went to treat them for it, they just got even more sick. So, and I use the Aquarium Co-op Trio, which is the General Cure, EM erythromycin, and ICX. And a lot of people use that combination, so it's not a lethal combination or anything. And they were done. Like, it happened so fast that I I think there's like one female left, maybe one male, and she's not doing good. So that's that. I wish I would have recorded the whole process because it was like nothing I've ever seen before. Like, usually when you dose meds and stuff, if you have really, really sick fish, you're more than likely to lose a couple of them. And that's really just the way it is, and what I have learned in my experience is that treating a tank, you may end up losing a couple if you have sick fish. And I'm not sure if they were all just super sick or what, and then when they start getting those meds, I've had something to do with shipping. The shipping process was flawless. I mean, it was a she packed it well, everything looked good, so I'm not happy about it though. And then, oh, we got to get the pistos and bloodworms. Aquarium Thoughts is in the house. Yeah, these pistos are new, and they are some picky eaters. I will tell you that. You know, I thought it may have been like something to do with the fact that there hadn't been fish in there for a while, and we ended up adding 12 at a time. But they did fine for a while, and my ammonia levels were 0, my nitrites were 0, and my nitrates were in the 40s, so whoa. Yeah, I have hard water. Come on, buddy. Dude, these fish are hard to feed, I can tell you that. And that's one of the main reasons why I switched them over from the 38 as well. For temperature reasons, and the fact that these two little fish were the only fish in this tank. And you can see that they don't eat well. And I've got to get them adapted to how I plan on feeding them. And that's just going to take time. But just dropping a bunch of food down in here and hoping that they were going to find it and eat it just wasn't going to work. I was going to end up having to clean the tank a bunch, or I didn't have any cleanup crew or anything. So if I had a cleanup crew and some other stuff going on, then I would definitely leave them in there, throw them some food, and let everything else clean it up. Dave, what is your staple food for your pistos? What do you feed them mostly? Something. But we're kind of going over time here. I definitely didn't think it was going to take this long, but I might have to get going. Come on, bud. Which bug bites? he's usually not shy at all. He'll usually come eat off the tongs right away, but that's what I've been feeding them: bloodworms, baby brine shrimp. Let's see, did I miss anything? Oh, here's a new video. I talked to Bob Kaler about it, but this is a baby panda Corydora hatching project. And you guys, man, in one live stream I showed you guys the hatching of them, and then the very same night, I'm not gonna lie, my son actually took that bowl and poured it out on the floor. So I lost 3 baby panda cories and a couple of eggs, I guess something cracked or something, and the babies are just, they're not normal. They're swimming around, but we've been hatching them after that and with no problem. So maybe tomorrow I'll wake up a little earlier and we can do a regular live stream where you guys will sit down and talk, but it was kind of getting close for me having to leave to work, so I figured I would just jump on here and show you guys kind of my process of feeding, basically when I'm in a hurry. When I have to go. Yeah, Monday stream. No. Yeah, all my live streams are normally on Sundays. And at the beginning of the year, we're actually switching over back to our old schedule. So that's going to change as well. My work's just killing me right now. They're killing you guys, so I'm glad those of you who stopped by on this short notice Saturday live stream. I love this tank. I'm gonna have to do some stuff. This right here, I wish I could get a way for these pandas, the panda Corydoras, to breed without leaving this in here, because it looks horrible, but that is literally the only thing that they will throw their eggs on. But I mean, everything's thriving. This Amazon sword is absolutely unreal. This was the first one I ever bought. I kept losing it, and it just kept dying and dying and dying, and eventually I put it in this tank and it started going crazy. So all the crypts are doing well, all the guppies are thriving. So Oddball Aquatics, thanks for joining the chat. But no, I was just apologizing for missing last week. We took my son to see Santa, and we got home really late. And then I was going to apologize for missing this Sunday's live stream, which I thought was tonight, but obviously it's Saturday. And my work schedule's got me all mixed up, so I gave you guys a random live stream on the middle of the afternoon on a Saturday. So thank you everybody who was able to make it, and I got to get to work. I got to finish feeding, and thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for the conversation. Hopefully we'll have a good night at work. See you.